Welcome to my YouTube channel, Unique World. So you can guess here, you can see the some circuit stuff on the screen, and you can see this is something related to some techie stuff. So I would be talking about um, the circuit, maybe a technology related about technology, and you can see over there it's nothing but our most liked Arduino, and this is the entire circuit. And we are back with another interesting and amazing project. And you could see that I'm using an Arduino for that. I don't know, I'm driving crazy by Arduino. I am really loving it. So I'm back again with another circuit. You can see we had done one previous one, and this is now another circuit. And the main objective of this project, or this demonstration, is that you can turn your LED on and off based on the input that you receive from the photoresistor. That means the main objective would be, if it is dark, right, you have to turn the LED on, or if it is light, it, right. That's generally how we do it. Quite more energy efficient, save nature. And this is the resistor we would be using for that in the circuit. And you could see that this is a normal resistor, maybe a 220 ohms resistor, and would be placing it. Certainly it's always a thumb rule in electronics, to limit the current we would be using a resistor, and we have to use it in order to preserve the component, in order to not to see the smoke coming out of it. Yeah, LDR, no, we don't have LDR. It doesn't interpret that. Actually LDR photoresistors are one and the same, but here we have a name photoresistor in our Tinkercad, and we'll be thankful for that at least. Otherwise you can't get even that too. So, like, we'll see in more in detail about a photoresistor. So this has two terminals, one is anode and the other one is a cathode. So the main principle, or the working, I may say, is that how it works is that it works on the principle of the light intensity, when the light intensity here is inversely proportional to the resistance offered by this device to the circuit. As you can say that, or you want to want it to be explained, I may say it as, when there is enough light, or when the intensity is more, the resistance will be minimum, so more and more amount of current will flow in the circuit. And when there is dark outside, so at that time the light intensity is minimum, so what will happen over is that the resistance will be maximum. But you know that we can't provide a resistance as an input, right? Certainly that's not possible to provide a resistance as an input to the board. We first and foremost, it should be an input, right? But we can't provide resistance as an input. But we know that resistance results in voltage drop, right? That voltage drop could be provided, some maybe an analog interpretation of that voltage drop could be given to the Arduino. So this is our Arduino. I moved it, maybe it's quite flexible. Our Arduino is quite flexible, but it's fine. And this is the entire circuit, and you can see over there is, I'm powering it off. Like, we need a power, we need a ground, that's common, right? With the 5 volts, and this is through the resistor, I'm bringing it back to the ground, right? This can completes my circuit. But I don't have just it to ringing, because I want to see the voltage, right? I want to see the output. Without output there isn't any circuit. Without output, what's the use, right? We are doing the circuit. So we would be taking from maybe from this end, the to the AO, right? The analog output pin. We have some 6 pins on the Arduino, right? So we can select any one of based on your choice. So I selected with the first one, maybe. Yeah, the first is the best, maybe. So we have gone with the analog pin 0, and then we started with this. We can see the code over here. Yeah, so this is a small code, very small code to run this code, and you could easily understand it. And if there is any problem, this code will be there in the description section. If there is any problem, please tell me in the comment box. And right, so we'll look over that. We'll start with the simulation, right? So we are see what happens. 1 2 3, and you can see the LED being turned on. Yeah, even the board is on, so there's the green light, and this is our built-in LED, or the LED in pin 13, right? We have written that. Maybe you can use a built-in LED, and you can call like that, it's one and the same. So that's how we do it. And this is our regular setup and regular loop, right? That you know about. That's a basic about the Arduino structure, right? Coding structure. And this is about the 6 value, like how we can if and else condition, if we want to turn it high, we want to turn it low. But here we have a LDR. If you see that value is 6, right, greater than 6. But you could ask me how we got it. Maybe it should be 0 or 1 or 0 or 255. But how on the how on this earth have you got this value? How you know that? So no, I haven't got it already. So you can refer, you can use that. Actually, you have to do a pre-test, I may call it as, and using a serial print function. You can get those values, a minimum 6 and maximum somewhere 800 or no. So this is a feature offered by Tinkercad. That's awesome, right? So you can just toggle it, because you can't give actual input, because when you're making a circuit you can turn it dark and on, but here you can't. So you have the toggling option you can do over there. And this, you're discussing more about those values, maybe 6 value something, and how I got it. It is something when there is the intensity, when there is dark outside, when the light intensity is less, you know that resistance is maximum, and at that time the resistance is maximum, right? So the LDR value, what are the value it gives at the end, is quite less when it's dark outside. When it is very bright, the LDR value is more. So based on that input, the minimum what I tested is for, I got it for 6. So what I did is that for 6, if it is greater than 6, I want the LED to be turned on, and if it is less than 6, what I did is I turned the LED off, right? So that's how. And this indicates the darkness, and you have the sun, that's the brightness, and you generally increase it gradually. You see that LED has turned off, right? Here it was on because it was dark, and now as it is being bright, the LED is turned on. So this is our project, this is our simple project, and we have seen the running of this project. Hope you rig this circuit. Maybe when you do it physically, you will get more of a knowledge, you will get more of understanding to see that lights blinking really. But this is not a trade-off, even everyone can learn it, and that's what Tinkercad shows. That I'm really again thankful for the Tinkercad, because it provides such an environment to do those things. And yes, you can do many other things. This project is just a simple demonstration of on and off. That means the extreme ends, maybe a very dark and very bright, and you could have maybe a varying temperature. Maybe you can use for home automation. Maybe at the times at your desk the light would be less, and at the time the light would be more, and you could use for controlling that. You could use a pot across the built-in LED pin, or you could supply an external LED in a breadboard. You can rig it, or in a circuit you can rig it, and henceforth based on the inputs you can see at what, right, at, for example, we see the brightness in lumens, so you can see at what lumens what we need it, and henceforth all those things. Any doubts in the concepts, anything, please feel free to text in the comment box and let me know, or we could make any more videos on it. Until then, like, share and subscribe, and we'll be back with the bang with a new video. Thank you.